pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop, Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The Ministry of Health has launched yet another service under Universal Health Coverage. This new service includes conducting pap smears using liquid-based cytology, which will assist in eliminating cervical cancer.
This new method of conducting pap smears is more comfortable and more convenient. So ladies, contact your nearest wellness center to get to know about our pap smear clinics.
Turnaround time for HPV testing is 1 week. Any abnormal or positive test, there'll be a following week for the cytology testing. We're also going to test for HPV strains 16 and 18, which are the most aggressive, which cause cervical cancer. We can also test for other STIs, such as herpes simplex type 1 and type 2, gonorrhea, chlamydia, and others.
Patients with an abnormal HPV and an abnormal cytology shall be referred to the colposcopy clinic. At that clinic, we shall assure that you get the proper treatment and guidance.
So come in and access this new service. Your health is our priority.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
Wednesday afternoon to you, everyone. It is the 25th of September 2024. And this is The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and the producer, alongside our technical operator, Alton Jaquan Joseph. Our program airs, as you know, weekdays from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on Real FM radio station, coming to you on the dual frequencies of 91.3 for the North and 91.5 South, simulcasting on MBC Television, channel 120, on the Flow Cable TV service. We are on Facebook Live as well as streaming live on YouTube. Hope your day is going good so far. It's another of those days that I can't badmouth. I shouldn't badmouth any day, mind you. But it's one of the days I can't say anything negative about. It's a great day. It's sunny, it's bright and so on, but I don't know. I'm enjoying the fact that, with the bright sun, it doesn't seem to be coming with as much heat as it does on other days. Does that mean we're tapering off? Is it as we're going towards the end of the year? Or, maybe because there aren't any high pressure or troughs or whatever the many things that the Met Office people tell us that contribute to the wind. I enjoy that kind of weather. I accept that I'm in sunny climes and I have to expect sun and warmth and so on. After all, that's why I love where I am. But sometimes it really gets a little excessive, a little, overbearing and all of that. But today is not one such day. Thank you very much for being part of our program. And I want to greet the people who are on the Facebook Live very early, even before we actually started. I've already seen Lucille Cadet. There is Joan Edward. And Stanislas Marceau, as well as David Henry. I know others are going to pick up and be part of it, in due course. So Always a pleasure having you people. Let me just say to the people who are part of the Real Issues WhatsApp group, I've added a lot more people recently. And I know sometimes when you're used to a group that only has maybe 150 to, I can't even remember what it was before. But I just wanted to spread a wider and broader net. Bringing more people to feed and nourish and sustain the discussion on a diversity of subjects and so on. I know many of you feel the group is too large, and then, you see people who come in and maybe because they hadn't been part of it, that they're raring to go, they were chomping at the bit, they're itching to take a crack at something or somebody. One member came in and it was all, on one subject alone, he wants to go and is going at it. But over time, I believe discussion groups like these, like water, they find their own level. Especially when you have intelligent, you have mature, you have level-headed people who are possessed of aplomb and equanimity and so on, that they can contribute sensibly to a discussion. They tend to have that kind of moderating, modifying, focusing effect on the discussion. And I'm already seeing signs of that. There was what I would consider an extremist who wanted to go down one road and that road alone and so on, and it became like an obsession. And just a couple interventions from 2 or 3 people, and you got a sense that there was a considerable quieting down of that individual. Sometimes you can become impassioned, overly so, and etc. But then you see other people handling themselves with that, and it kind of quiets you down. And I think I'm seeing signs of that. I want to also thank you, Big Issues WhatsApp people, for heeding my call for us to not clutter the group unnecessarily. It isn't everything. I think I posted something about that. It isn't everything that tickles your fancy that you should come and just drop and dump in the group. It's over clutter. Some people are complaining that it's eating up a lot of the memory on their phone. There's some things I think you should know how to delete them. There's some things you should know how to mute them. Some people complain that, they're getting so many messages. Well, you can mute it. And insofar as the things that come up that you don't consider to be worthy, you can scroll past them. You can delete them. You can ignore them. You can do a whole lot of things. I think it's not for me to come and instruct you about the WhatsApp and so on, but don't let those things bother you, okay? Be part of discussions that you consider sensible. You can take what you want, leave what you don't want on the shelf and so on. And I believe I'm beginning to get. But like I say, it's not every flyer, it's not every video, it's not every, that you see that you should take. And, it's like the group becomes that place where you dump and hoard things, where you just drop everything there. And then it unnecessarily clutters the chat and the conversation. But once again, I believe since I put out that appeal, that I've seen a response to it in terms of it not happening. I hardly have nowadays to delete, all those flyers. Because the problem with it is that once some people start to do it, others feel that they've got to outdo other people, or they've got to show that I can do it, and it's always a whole lot of prayers and inspirational sayings. They're good. That's what I'm saying. You can send them one to people privately on an individual basis. I get them all the time, prayers and wise and inspirational sayings and flyers and forwards and video clips and so on. I get them all the time. I can decide whether I want them, whether I want to keep them, whether I want to delete them. Sometimes they're things I've received before, many times before. So I can say, okay, I've seen that already and delete it, etc. I hardly ever message anybody and tell them, please, stop sending me those things. It's so easy to delete something, it's so easy to, archive and whatever it is. But thank you very much, WhatsApp group people. You were great. And I think over time, the discussion, we will appreciate the diversity and the variety of it and so on, and having a lot of people coming up with different ideas, etc. Some of you are more frequent, you are more regular than others. We understand that. And let's not worry about who may see it. At the end of the day, you never know who's forwarding what. Something in your chat, somebody is sharing it and you don't know, somebody is forwarding it to somebody else. Once we have nothing criminal going on there, and that is where it raises you to a higher standard. You have to be careful about the things you put there, because somebody goes and they forward it and it's something that's not true, something you didn't check out. And it can be to your embarrassment. It can be to your legal pitfall as well. So watch out for those things and raise the standard of discussion and whatever we want to call it to a higher standard, to a higher level, one which keeps you on the straight and narrow, one which keeps you above reproach, legal reproach, legal action and those kind of things. And when you have those things serving as impelling you to hold yourself to a higher standard, others want to emulate that standard, and we have something, overall that is a lot better than it might have been if it was a free-for-all, pamile, just do anything, say anything, etc., etc., Yesterday I had somebody on the phone who wanted to, but that individual has a record, being reckless, just going and say things about, somebody that you cannot substantiate, that you don't know if it is true, whatever. And on top of it all, person's lawyer writes you to ask you to desist. You seek to ridicule them. The lawyer's thing, you put it out publicly, you publish it and so on. And basically it's like telling them go to hell. And then you end up being sued. You don't put in any defense. You don't make any, because it's indefensible what you did. You don't make any appearance. Judgment is entered against you. You have a judgment debt against you, which is set at 6%. It's going to increase 6% every year from the date of the judgment, which it has been 9 years now. And so from the initial 126,000, by my calculation, 6% per annum, if you see it as a compounding thing, I don't know if it is calculated that way, but if you take it compounding, for 9 years, right now, you owe the person about $212,000, and you're out of the jurisdiction, maybe hiding, because when you have judgment debts, I think, that are outstanding for a very long time, the moment you set foot in the jurisdiction, there is a possibility you can be accosted as to whether it is arrest or anything of it. This is the kind of recklessness, that some of us practice. And I would hope, I'll be watchful for it, of course, that in the Real Issues group, that we don't do this kind of thing, just recklessly throw in things at people that we don't know if it is true, etc., etc., etc. So, it's just a little word of caution. Nevertheless, it's Julian Alfred week, isn't it? So if it is, I suppose we want to talk Julian Alfred, things Julian Alfred. And let me just tell you something that happened to me yesterday. Although I see the individual was careful to go back and to clean up, the chat, to remove those parts of it that he probably felt could be incriminating to him, or I would use in some kind of ways. I don't have time for that. Matter of fact, when I left the Real Issues, it's one of the times where I sit around, maybe chat with Jaquan or other people and so on. I left it very quickly. It was the day to go pick up my passport for renewal, which I had put in to be renewed, told to come back on the 24th. I know what it is like, traffic in town. I don't know what it is like to get to it, and if there's a line, whatever. But thankfully, I got a parking lot where I parked, and I walked over to the passport office on Cadet Street and so on, and there weren't hardly anybody. I got my passport fairly quickly, but I wanted to get out of it quickly. In the morning, I said I was going to do it, but again, morning time, checking on many different things. And so the individual sends me some messages, and some of them seem a bit aggressive. And in fact, on one of them, he sends something which is very, very personal, about how I'm unable to satisfy my wife. And can you imagine that? You cannot satisfy your wife in bed or whatever it is, and this kind of thing. I wonder if that's true. Is it something that's liable to arrest? Is it being a judgment debtor that you have not paid a penny on a judgment that was entered against you without anything for 9 years and so on, and has compounded to over $200,000, etc.? So, I wrote him back and said to him, if being unable to please my wife is a crime or something, don't hide me. Go report it to the police. Go make a case against it. If for example, that I am a pervert who interferes with children and whatever it is, don't hide me. Spill it, expose me, get, some kind of legal involvement in it and so on. But everything that's thrown at me always has to do with somebody that I am deemed to be close. I don't know why people want to determine who are your friends and who you associated with, because a lot of the mapwe I get from these types of people always concern Richard Frederick. It's always something about Richard Frederick, you know, being on the show with Richard Frederick, and you've become just like Richard Frederick, and you have been influenced by Richard Frederick. Goodbye, I say Richard Frederick, Richard Frederick. There's a guy who fell out with Richard Frederick on the board of NHC. The guy and I were good for years and so on. All of a sudden, everything's sour because Richard Frederick. Goodbye, Richard Frederick. So he throws things to me about Richard Frederick. And I wrote him back and I said to him, you know, look how long I've heard people saying that you're homosexual and you know, I didn't, not in all those words, but you're a gay escort. And, you know, I've heard that this is how the guy earns his money, providing gay escort services to people. And I said, I've never mentioned it to you, much less try to throw it in your face and use it for mapwe, you know, against you. He writes back to me and he says, I am bisexual. And he deleted it. He made sure to come back and clean all of it. Now, like I said, maybe I might have saved it or archived it, but yesterday I had my business to go and do. That's not one look. And how he has great sex, you know, and you know, he's having the time of his life and he's having it so often. But it's not all of that bothered me, you know. The guy actually ends that part of his conversation with me with a line saying, you should try it. Like I said, he went back and cleaned all of those things. Now, it's not the audacity, you know. It's the disrespectful audacity. The disrespect in the audacity to look at me, who nobody knows I have ever been down that road of the gay thing, same-sex thing, whatever you want to call it, the bullying thing and so on. It just never been a part of me and my consideration and my association. The guy is writing me and telling me I should try it. You know, that was the part that I found disrespectful. And then he comes and he puts one line, which he didn't clean up. You would be surprised how many bisexual people are around you. So I don't care. I don't go around sniffing out people and who's gay and who's not gay and who this and who that and so on. I only deal with things when they become part of the public space. You know, when they get into, you know, when they become fair game. You know, they become fair game. You have introduced them or they come into the public space. I don't know how, if I'm supposedly not pleasing my wife and not giving her orgasm and whatever. I don't know how that become public affairs and so on. Now, I don't care how you know, if it's true, whatever. But he comes and he tells me he's bisexual. Now, if you so man, why you went back and clean it up? You clean it up from the thing. I don't take offense to any of that. What I take offense is you coming and tell me I should try it. You mean at my age, skirting 60, I need you to come and tell me what I should try and what I should sample. Gasa, keep your thing for yourself. At the end of the day, the less of me around, the more the merrier for you. The more you have it all to yourself and this sort of thing. But in the thing that he cleans up is something he tells me about Richard Frederick. I should ask Richard Frederick about this and that and the other and so on. And I'm wondering why, you know, the burden of Richard Frederick and the problem that people have with him, people who are close to him, people who are even, you know, maybe girlfriend, lover, whatever it was and so on, as if it's me they enrage against. I don't know. You have your cake burn with the person, you feel mine should burn with them too, and if it don't burn, you're attacking me on this sort of thing. Anyway, you know, yeah. A man who tells me he's bisexual actually looking at me and tell me that I should try it. Now, a fellow like that, tomorrow I see him somewhere. Because of the disrespect and what it shows the intent. But this individual is very artful at playing victim. And not really victim, you know, but to show like he's in the right and I did you nothing and you did me that and that sort of thing. Doing hatchet jobs for other people. And getting himself in trouble. A man who do you expect of his age and his education has a better head on his shoulders. Doing hatchet jobs, taking up cudgels against people like myself for other people. And I know the other people in just the same way that he went and got sued for so much money because he took up cudgels for somebody, his auntie, his relative. And I'm not saying that the auntie or the relative is the one who told him to do it. You know, because of his same impetuous way, he must have just gone and decided for my auntie's sake, I'm going to go and say these things about the person and so on. You can't substantiate it. It's been disproven. It's shown not to be true. You know, you get sued. You're given an opportunity to apologize. You absolutely, you know, abuse it and show total contempt and disdain for it and so on. You know, likewise, you're going to get yourself in trouble again, you know, sir. And if you think that $130,000 is any money, you're going to get in trouble again, sir. And you will again find yourself in an indefensible position. And I hope that's not why you're not hiding overseas. Because you know the moment you come back to St. Lucia with that judgment debt that you never defended, that you never responded to and so on, that you probably can find yourself being arrested. I don't know if it's arrestable or whatever it is. You probably know that. And it's not only you in that situation. And let me tell you something. I've never been sued, you know. As a media person, for all the controversy that I have generated, etc., I've never been sued. People have threatened me, but they've never found anything actionable enough for them to actually take a step. I've never received any lawyer's letter demanding apology from me. People have made their noises, but they've never even sent a letter demanding an apology. Never ever been sued. Never cost any place I have worked at in the media any kind of legal pitfall or liability or risk that anybody has sued the media house on account of Shelton Daniel. I have been absolutely economical and sparing on the financial and other resources legal representative of whether it is Radio St. Lucia, NBC, Radio Caribbean, Star Newspaper, Antigua Barbuda Broadcasting Corporation, Observer Media Group, Pointville Communications. I have never been the source or cause of any kind of legal liability for anybody. If I have to say something, I couch it in a manner that is legally defensible, that I don't leave any kind of loopholes, and I never do things out of malice. Never do things out of malice that I just want to mess up somebody. I don't. And you vex because I said that you are somebody who being dragged by other people into things. What you did to Lilia August is exactly that. You dragged yourself into something that was not your cause. And I'm understanding after judgment and everything has been entered and this matter is irreversible, the man picks up the phone or sends a message to Lilia August telling her, I know you're a very nice person, I understand you're very... Well, you should have known she's a nice person. Why you had to go and say all this, malpropte about her? And then you maybe want to come and flatter her and so on. And I sent you a piece of something that was published on a UWP website under your byline, and I know you didn't write it. You didn't write that. That is not your authorship. Some of the expressions in it, including throwing shade at people who are bisexual. When I saw it, I knew the homosexual, bisexuality. You didn't have to tell it to me yesterday. But I said, would that guy be writing something disparaging of homosexuals and bisexuals when he is one himself? You see, you don't even have a sense of your own dignity. You're allowing somebody the use of your byline so that they can write things that are disparaging to you. This is the kind of thing that's going on. But this morning, if you're so brave, if you're so man, why you went and carefully clean up those messages? Clean up every one of them that you thought maybe I can use against you. I'm not going to use anything against you. I don't have time to waste, Life is too short. It has too many challenges. It has too many problems. Before you blink your eye, you're already 50, 60, 70. At that time, if it's not a knee, it's an eye, it's a cataract, it's a glaucoma, it's a this, it's a prostate, all kind of thing. But when you think I want to live my life in court, in lawyers, giving my money to lawyers, only if I cannot do anything otherwise am I going down that road. You see what I'm doing there? This is the passion that I have. When I come here, I don't put on, I don't make it up and so on. The passion flows from within, from my soul, from my spirit, from the genuineness of who I am. It doesn't mean I'm always right. It doesn't mean I don't get it wrong sometimes. It doesn't mean that I don't sometimes, make missteps and do things or say things in a manner that I should not. But you see the passion, you see the belief, you see the conviction. There ain't no acting, there ain't no put on about it. It comes from the very depths of my being, of who I am, sir. Not for that. Like I told you on the thing yesterday. And that is why you had time to go back and clean up our chat and to remove this and to remove that and so on. If you know anything about me which is criminal, which can hold up in court, Gassa, don't hide me. Don't call me your friend because I know what it means to be your friend. So you call people friend and you're hashing them in pieces and so on. Don't call me your friend. Take it out. And if you believe that there is something that they'll come and arrest me for not pleasing my wife in bed, guys, go and report that. Maybe a police will come and hold me by, Saint Chilokman and put me down and so on. If you know anything about me that you want to put out. Like I told you, I've known about the homosexual thing about you for a long time. I never, in conversation with your other people come and call you this, bula, throw it in your face. I never do that. Never. And if you're so weasel and you're so, resolute about it and so on, why you went and clean up the chat? Why? You should have left it there. I'm bisexual and I don't give a damn, who has a problem with it. You went and you carefully cleaned up the chat. You left only those pieces that do not contain any pitfall or any liability to you. Take positions and stand by them now. You're not man enough to do that because it's other people you're doing hatchet job for. It's other people you're taking up cudgels for. How are you going to do that? Allow manipulative people to use you as their tool, as their weapon to go after other people and so on. And then when they sue you and you have enough money, none of those people. I wonder if your auntie Mary Isaac ever gave you a dime, 1,000, or 10,000 to put towards the cost of that. I wonder. And it must be because of your auntie Mary Isaac that you went after Lilia August in the very nasty, filthy, ruthless, unconscionable way that you did. And you probably will go after me too. Have fun. It takes a while, but let me tell you this. When you want to come and tell me all the great sex you have in as bisexual and that I should try it. There's a line in the Bible, partner. In Romans, I think it is. That talks not only about people who do certain depraved and degenerate things, It says not only do they practice those things, but they also encourage others to do the same, It talks about them. It says, who knowing the righteous judgment of God, that those who practice such things are deserving of death, not only do the same, but also approve of those who practice them. That is considered thing, You want to know? Of course, yes. I have child out of wedlock, all this, but you think I'm going around telling people, make sure you have women outside. Make sure, you should really try it, to go and cheat on your spouse. You should really try it. You couldn't find me doing that. It happened to me, but I ain't going to go and encourage people to tell a man, you should try it. You're looking at a man like me to come and tell me, encourage me to try this homosexual or bisexual thing, whatever. You think if I was inclined to that, I would need you to come and tell me to do that? But it just goes to show what kind of person you are. You're not just audacious, you're disrespectful. Very much so. And that is why when I see people like you going after anybody, I am not taking it at face value. You can tell me what you want about Henry Mangal or anybody else. Just because it is you, I want to take my time to check things. I'm not taking people like you at face value. I'm not taking you with a grain of salt. I'm taking you with pounds of salt to watch what is happening. Because there is always some hidden agenda in the background that is different from the one that you all are saying. The tongue of the serpent, it always comes and tells you, I'm doing this because I genuinely care about that. But it has some other self-interest, some other, wrong motive and so on. It has some other self-aggrandizing purpose why it is doing it. I don't take you all at face value. There is too much of these political machinations going around now. Of people who simply have evil, selfish motives to destroy others because they want something the other have or they want to get into the position. I'm not taking chances. I've seen enough of it. And it wasn't long ago, this whole Martinez thing, setting up a documented criminal. And not just petty crime or little misdemeanor offenses, serious crimes of fraud and money laundering and drug trafficking, taking those criminals and using them as basically your character references, your testimonials, your witnesses, your people to come and testify on your behalf against other people that you want to destroy. When I seen those kind of things, perhaps I never told anybody I'm perfect or there's nothing in my life that I would not do differently or not, I'm not very proud of and so on, But you see, this kind of ruthlessness that I have seen on display, it makes you think and expect the worst. You have to ask yourself, when I talk in terms that are paranoid, I know why, when I say to the government, be careful with the St. Jude, make sure you have tight security there. And even after it is open and it is commissioned, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Minister of Health, do not let your guard down. They might still try to burn down the new rebuilt St. Jude Hospital. Because what they want is for a good narrative, for no feather in the cap to come to you. Our country, like most others, like everyone else, has some unbelievably evil people. Is what they want that matters. Is their goals that matter. Don't let your guard down with that hospital. That's why I told you that motorcade with Julian and everything, watch it. Keep close watch over her. Keep praying for her, everybody, because you do not know what some people might do. You might not think to do it simply because they understand the embarrassment value that it will be to the government, for Kenson Kazimi, for who else. If something were to happen to Julian, if she were to become injured, hurt, impaired, disabled, whatever it is, or even worse, I don't even want to talk about it. Keep close watch. They might not have anything against Julian, but they want to make sure that you do not ride on a wave of approval and popularity because of the successes that come. Watch those people, halls of justice, the construction of it, when it is built and so on. Watch it. Watch it. Some people may not want it to go ahead because of what it will cost them in lost rent income, in political appeal that they will lose. These events have made me watch situations and say, my goodness me, is there anything some people might not try? Is there anything they might not do? Do not take chances with them. People will come and tell you a man is their friend, but look at what they're saying about the man, what they're putting on Facebook, what they, going with the flow against the man and so on, and the man is your friend. I got so many messages. You don't care about the people who are suffering because of that Council General and what he's doing, what he's causing people and so on. Do you care about what the Council General himself is going through? Have you ever tried to have a conversation with him? As man to man, as you say, a friend and so on, and say, look, this is what, so he can tell you, look, I am under instructions to follow certain security protocols and I cannot depart from them. That I have a budget that I'm supposed to function in, and yes, I would want to give sponsorship and support, but we cannot within the budget. Or that, yes, I do not have any problem with what you are organizing, but it does not align with our goals and our priorities as a consulate and as a government and as a state and so on. We don't want to become associated with that. Daddy can explain it to you. That is not everything you want Kwamimi can do. You're going about, you weighing the man and thing, and you coming back and saying he's your friend. A lot of people do that, They use friend as a kind of a shield, as a kind of a protection. They call you their friend. Me yoka dekaleu, Yoka deshiweu, yoka decapiteu, yoka domajo. Yoka Shelton is my friend. I'm your friend. And you can do that to me publicly, openly, and so on. This is the real issues. We take a break. We'll be right back.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell V4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knightsmed Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place, Jeremy Street, Castries. Citygate Bar, the CDC opposite the market. Plants Place, Denry Highway. Arlette Supermarket, Soufre. The Release Stress Bar, Labrie Highway. Cool Joint Bar, Victoria Schwazel. Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The Ministry of Health has launched yet another service under universal health coverage. This new service includes conducting pap smears using liquid-based cytology, which will assist in eliminating cervical cancer.
This new method of conducting pap smears is more comfortable and more convenient. So ladies, contact your nearest wellness center to get to know about our pap smear clinics.
Turnaround time for HPV testing is 1 week. Any abnormal or positive test, there will be a following week for cytology testing. We also going to test for HPV strain 16 and 18, which are the most aggressive, which cause cervical cancer. We can also test for other STIs such as herpes simplex type 1 and type 2, gonorrhea, chlamydia, and others.
Patients with an abnormal HPV and an abnormal cytology shall be referred to the colposcopy clinic. At that clinic, we shall assure that you get the proper treatment and guidance.
So come in and access this new service. Your health is our priority.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
Lines for your calls and be reading some of your messages. But I want Jaquan for now to put up on the screen for the Facebook Live, and of course we'll be able to see it on the TV. The Julian Alfred Homecoming Celebration calendar of events. Of course, we know what happened yesterday, so it gives you from September 24th to the 27th, which is Juju Day, Julian Alfred Day. So we have a public holiday this week on Friday the 27th. That's Julian Alfred Day. So of course, you know, there'll be no real issues. So just put that up and hold it on the screen while I just read a very nice message that I got earlier. I think I can name the person on this occasion. John Robert Lee, the writer, poet, and of course, a Christian minister. Of course, he says, the 100% outpouring of admiration and affection everywhere for Julian Alfred was amazing, not unexpected. But to see it happening says much about something. Our people can be tremendously moved by such an achievement. Much to think about. Damn Proud Lucian is justifiably the most appropriate local hit of the moment. Bless her, young woman of fine character and faith. Our Nobel laureates make us proud. Darren Sammy is a local hero. No disrespect to these very accomplished forerunners to say that Julian is in another, more huge stratosphere. Olympic. Amazing. Let her inspire us. You know, great stuff. And let me say this about John Robert Lee. He's always been at the forefront of organizing and where needs be, encouraging, being part of, supporting, you know, events, activities, and just generally to recognize St. Lucians outstanding who have made a contribution in arts, in culture, in whatever area it is. He is very pro St. Lucian. He doesn't waste his time and his life on being anti this and anti that and anti-American and anti-communist. And he's a man who has devoted his life to being very pro St. Lucian. And whatever he does, even if it is something you end too hot on, like his Christianity, I'm telling you, part of his passion for it is that he believes it is one of the things that is pro St. Lucian, that is beneficial, that is helpful to St. Lucia, to the development of people. So when he writes this piece about Julian Alfred, you know, like I say, it's coming from a place deep in his heart of hearts. You know, and his entire family reflects, you know, that kind of thing. So, Jaquan, we still have it on the screen? Okay, the Julian Alfred Homecoming celebration calendar of events. September 24th, arrival, that was yesterday. Iwanora International Airport, motorcade from Iwanora International Airport to Grozile. September 25th, schools rally. Schools rally, that's the morning one at the Soufre Mini Stadium, and then at the Larishos Denry playing field. That's morning and afternoon. So the morning rally would have been at the Soufre Mini Stadium, and the afternoon one at the Larishos Denry playing field. September 26th, visit to the Cicero Primary School. That's where she went to school, in Cicero. And they say there will be the unveiling, that's tomorrow, of an iconic mural, and that is due to take place 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And September 27th, a national concert that will be held at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground, 4 p.m. And don't forget, that is coming on a public holiday, Julian Alfred Day. Most people like to say Juju Day. And you know, there was something on a plane where Julian was coming, and on approaching St. Lucia, the pilot, a few people said it has moved them to tears. Maybe we can get that one as well, Jaquan. I'll send it to you if you don't have it. People said it moved them to tears, but the pilot said there is a VIP, there is an Olympian aboard the plane who's a St. Lucian, bringing home the first Olympic medals to St. Lucia. And, you know, they want to ask everybody to let that VIP deplane first, because the Prime Minister of the country and other dignitaries are waiting to welcome her, and there will be a water salute, you know, of the plane, you know, the spraying from the fire tenders and so on. Always I like to see that and so on, you know, and you know, so ask people, you know, for the VIP, and I suppose maybe telling them, you know, lest they get wet, you know, as a result of that water salute and so on, you know, to stay on the plane. And a couple of people in the Real Issues WhatsApp group said it brought them to tears. Yesterday I showed you about how she was meeting with a pilot and so on, and the pilot is approaching and announcing to people that we have, I didn't hear him actually mention her name and so on. I mean, that really was something. And I think the holiday, Juju Day, is really, really something for us to remember that time, to remember that moment. And the young lady, you know, so humble that has no kind of full of herself else. She's almost coming to tears because she's so moved, you know, by the welcome she's getting from her home people and so on. And you know, it just speaks to the modesty, you know, of the individual. And I hope and I believe that will serve to take her much further along the path of achievement. Like I said, I am sure it is going to inspire a lot of people, not just in athletics, but in other things, where you get to that point where you believe, I can do it, I can do it, I can get there and so on. And I think Julian Alfred has blazed that trail for us. Yes, so you can take down the flyer if it's still on the screen. There's another message that I saw. Let me see if I can just get to that one. Okay, maybe I won't be able to. Okay, let me see. A couple of messages. Yes, my friend confirmed that he chose to be on the tarmac, even declined giving her the bouquet of flowers. The government utilizes a protocol list. And another message says, not on that same subject, need to alert the public that the leader of the opposition, and the other member of the House were invited to attend the welcome ceremony at HIA, Iwanora International Airport. A, Twatine, that is Julian's former coach, we might say founding coach, Cuthbert Modest, chose to stay outside with his young athletes. B, we need to beat back the UWP propaganda that the leader of the opposition and member of parliament, that is, I'm sure, Honorable Bradley Felix of Choiseul Saltibus, were not invited, as is being said on a local talk show, that the distorter of the truth get it in the news tonight. Okay, so this person, who I know is not someone who will come and send me this kind of message unless he has checked, unless he has ascertained, unless he's quoting, you know, reliable and authoritative sources, that the leader of the opposition And the Member of Parliament for Choiseul and Saltibus, he's saying, were invited to attend the welcome ceremony for Julian Alfred at Uwanora International Airport. It's now 1:15, and I think it's way past time. It's way past time for us to open the phone lines. So I'm going to open the lines now. 487-9849, that's the line on which you can WhatsApp call us. And 4533-911. I think we're getting our first call. Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Yes, sir, go ahead.
I must say, yesterday was a great day in Grosley. I must say that, Sheldon, even the people in the polyclinic and stuff, and those people who were expecting to have a baby and stuff, Sheldon, when Juju passed, why you see those pregnant people in pain, people who are toothache, and people there waving like it was like Juju touched the life of those people that like they were waiting for a special medication, and Juju brought it to them, and there was life for them in Grosley. I must say that it was a great day. I enjoyed it, and also I must commend the police. Hey, if there's one thing that I saw and they gave Juju, you swear was the President Obama or one of them that's cool. I'm coming down to St. Lucia, and then she had special escort. And where the police, the SSA, the SSU guys, you all did a great job on something. I must comment you all and stuff, but they, you know, a really tough job. So they come down to Viewport, stop all the way, coming down to Grosley. This police, they did a great job, and I must say that the government of St. Lucia did a great job. Ernest, Prefect Kenson, that was a marvelous thing, a masterpiece. And those people who put that program together, I must commend you. Juju, you made us proud. I must say that on Friday, that will be the day. So, kids, they have made me create a special corner for children. We will be there. So, parents, make it a day. Sheldon, you're a great guy. Take care of yourself. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, buddy. Right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. All right. Let me see. All right. We can continue taking calls, and I think we have another. Yes. Hi, caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Shelton.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Shelton, yesterday was a great day for Juju and the mother. Because I know Juju mother, she used to work for Madam Sequins, and that lady worked hard. And Juju make her proud and make St. Lucian proud. Sheldon, all the little children, they have ones, they ask, who is the fastest woman in the world? Say, Julian Alfred from St. Lucia. Sheldon, oh my God, yesterday was, Prime Minister, Mr. Pierre, Kenson, Ernest Hillary, and all those that put that together. Shelton, people that didn't know St. Lucia, through Juju, they know St. Lucia now. Through Juju, they know St. Lucia. And she put St. Lucia on top. It was both for UWP and Labour. That wasn't for Labour. It was for the whole island, Sheldon. And I'm proud of her. I'm proud. And I'm praying for her, for God to keep her up, not down under mother. And good, do the Prime Minister Ernest Hillary and my rep Kingston Kazimi all the way. Sheldon and New Sheldon. Have a blessed day.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. All right. We continue taking your calls. 487-9849 and 4533-911. We have someone else on the line. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon to you.
Let me tell you, whoever said that the opposition was not invited, they're lying, because I was sitting right in front of my television when at a sitting the Prime Minister said so. Either one of the two sittings they had, the last two sittings they had, he said they are invited, because one of his guys asked him whether the opposition are invited. He said, well, of course they are. So whoever said that they were never invited, they are lying.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And I want to welcome Juju. I wish you all the best. It was amazing yesterday. Okay, it will be amazing. I wish you all the best in the future. Okay, thanks, my brother.
All right, thank you very much. We have another call on the line, I think. Yes, good afternoon. Real Issues. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Shelton, yesterday I stayed home And then it was an amazing day. I cannot say what the feeling is like. I cannot even explain. But I was just crying. I was falling tears. It was a touching day. It was a very touching day for everyone. Because you know what happened to a young girl from humble beginning. And today, everybody in all walks of life, lawyers, politicians, name it, diplomats, masters, people with master's degrees, everybody wants to get a touch of her. A little hand touch to show the dignity that has shown our people. Shelton, I couldn't stay home. I just couldn't hold the tears back, just cried. It gives me a day that to reflect on my own self. We need change in this country. I myself is putting change into my life because it was changing. Because all what I want her to do is to go to the ghettos and tell people, change for me, please. Passing Cicero where she come from, just change for me, please. That's all I want. And we are real people. We are people of dignity. That's what I want from her alone. And I am good. That woman has made me change my life. Trust me.
Do you mind sharing with us, if it's not anything that's going to embarrassing to you, that's going to be embarrassing, what kind of changes in your life has she inspired you to make?
Because sometimes, I'm so aggressive. I answer people. I talk back at people, and then, to see somebody that is so humble. And sometimes family matters. You look at little nonsense, quarreling for everything that is not making any sense. We need to move on from this thing. You understand? Live a better life, a Christian life, a loving life, a life that, a God-fearing life. That's what I want. And I see that girl has put still some good things in me. Trust me. I stayed home. I didn't go anywhere. And I'm just there in tears. And every time I see her with the people around her, it just moves me to tears. And she's so humble. You understand? And then, and we are so wicked, and when we don't want to come together, and we saw so many things that is not true. And I'm seeing the opposition, for them to put a hand in what's going on, they will go around spreading propaganda. For what? A young child is putting so much into us. Come on. Let us be a changed nation. Let us be a changed people. Shelton, I have so much to say, but anyway, God loves her. She has done so much to our country, and we are going to see her progress and put St. Lucia on the map where it has been, and better things to come.
All right. Thank you so very much. Yeah, thanks a lot. I was moved to hear somebody's account of how, just observing Julian Alfred, her smile, and how cool and easy she seems to be about everything, inspiring her to change, what she thinks is a little bit of a temperamental side to her. We have another call on the line. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Daniel, how do you do?
Hey, what's up now?
Good. Just at least, moi te tellement content pour moi ouais manier zot assemblée et respecter princess nous. I am so proud of this young lady. And you know what I am very, very, very proud of more is the way they organized that thing to welcome this lady. And Shelton, the security job was done perfect. There was no fault in there. Who is the Minister of Security?
The National Security Minister is the Prime Minister, but there's also the Minister for Crime Prevention, which is Honorable Jeremiah Norbert.
Oh, job well done.
Yes.
Job well done. You remember I said on your show, people, I don't think we have one fly that wants to do anything wrong to that princess, but we don't know who is coming by sea, by air, by whatever means, and we don't need to know. We are not speculating.
Yes, we have another caller waiting, so we'll wrap up.
Yes, job well done. Well done. Have a good day, people.
Thank you very much. You as well. We have a caller on the line. Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues.
Hello, good afternoon.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right. You know, only one thing that I feel sorry about, to see the opposition, they wasn't there. And I mean to say, well, that is something open for everybody. You know what I mean? So that is to show you the kind of way the people thinking. They just have a bad perception. And I just believe, you know, Central will realize what kind of people they are.
Hello? Hello? Are you there, caller? All right. Is that another caller, or we just lost that one? We have another one. Okay, let's take the other call. Sorry about that previous caller. I don't know what happened. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, the Honorable.
Hey, what's happening, Reverend Deacon?
Yes, sir. Shelton,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
speaking to you there, and the water is still coming down my eyes.
Oh,
Man,
okay,
I'm
okay.
telling
You can stay on the line?
What's that?
Can you stay on the line?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Get your handkerchief. We're gonna play that clip about, you know, that plane coming in. You got it, Jaquan? Okay, we're gonna play that clip with that plane coming in and the pilot's announcement to the passengers. All right.
This was the one that really said to me.
Yeah. Now we're gonna mute it because Mablo Pition Hilly for the line now. Okay.
Shelton. I tell you.
If I can have everybody's attention, please. We have a very special guest on board, en route and landing in St. Lucia, the favorite daughter of the country of St. Lucia, the first gold medalist ever from the country. She's on board this morning. So once we arrive at St. Lucia, the Prime Minister will be meeting our special guest. So we ask everybody just please remain seated until our VIP has deplaned. There'll be a water cannon salute as we enter into the airport apron area towards the terminal. So don't be alarmed if you see water cannon spraying the aircraft. Red carpet will be rolled out for the VIP from the front cabin, from the front air stairs. So if everybody could just remain seated until the VIP has deplaned the aircraft. Congratulations on your gold
All right, so it seemed like there was already a juju posse on that plane because the applause started right there, you know, in that passenger cabin there. Bernard Hines.
Some people were looking to travel on that flight.
Bernard Hines, have you recomposed yourself already?
I don't know when will I be able to do that. My son yesterday looked at me whilst I picked him up from school, Shelton, and he touched my back and said, "Daddy, it's okay." It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. Shelton?
Very touching, yes.
My friend, let me tell you, there is not a moment from that day, from the moment Julian won that gold medal. You could, man, I'm so subdued to it. I'm so sorry about the emotion. Shelton, from the day this young lady won that medal, I don't think I have ever had a time in my life where I've shed tears like that. That tear of joy, that emotion. Shelton, I thank God. I thank God for her. I thank God for the country. I thank God for our people. I know our people are talented people. I know our people can take us beyond places, Shelton. I know soon, one day, we will have somebody on the moon too. But man, this moment is a moment to be cherished. I thank God for keeping me alive to see such a day. I saw Barack Obama become the first black man in the White House. I think I'm about to see a lady become the first president of. But having St. Lucia having the first gold and silver medal, been double medal, my God.
And it's a woman, eh? It's a woman.
Shelton, I cannot. There is not a moment I can cherish more than this. My flags are flying high at my home. Shelter. My children always ask me, "Daddy, why are you crying?" Because this is a moment I cherish, Shelton. I don't. My sister called me this morning and told me that somebody met her yesterday in Castries at the celebrations, and the person tell her, "Why your brother not chilling out himself? Why that man just keep exciting himself? He chilling out.
Yeah.
not the US. Why he's so troublesome, just, excited? Shelton, let me tell you something. I have lived in this country for so long.
Let me tell you something before you even continue. Don't give time of day to people keep on power. I mean, how some people can be so presumptuous that they know what's going on inside of you, how you receiving something and what effect it's having on you. And in any case, how's that bothering anybody? Don't give time of day to Monkey just pan power. You're obligé diyon bagay.
Exactly, Shelton. Shelton, let me tell you, people meet me here. And you know what people tell me? Messieurs, garçon, pour depuis temps ici, you still so solution. Man, you can parler Creole la man, you can be. That's how really, Shelton. You can take me out of solution, but you can't take the solution out of me. Period. And I don't care how long I say that will never happen. Shelton, my children, I remember my daughter on Father's Day, when she was asked to write 5 things about her father. 2 of the things that she wrote, Shelton, the church started laughing because the church know these 2 things. And she said, my daddy is red because of this political party, and you can't take that red. It's redder than his blood. And 2, if you come to my daddy's home, you see St. Lucian flag flying because my daddy is so St. Lucian. My daddy is so St. Lucian. Even us that are born in this country, he wants to make us St. Lucian. My daddy already tell us if we're going to do anything that is going to be on the national stage, the world stage, it has to be St. Lucian. That's how St. Lucian my daddy is. Sheldon, nobody can take that away from me. And that will never happen. So, I don't even want to give air to that thing. Sheldon, the other thing is, Sheldon, if our national hero has returned home, and I, on a personal level, whether invited or not, Shelton, and I wanted to be at the airport to wave my flag, I may not be able to go into the inside ceremony, go walk on the tarmac. But Shelton, me as a civilian, they would not stop me from being around the airport if my flag waving and my welcoming of Juju. So when I see and I hear people and sometimes they try to be very slick and sly about it, making this thing a political issue. Sheldon, après ça ka compte pas moi, ça ka fait moi fâché, ça ka fait moi enragé because Sheldon, this is not who this person is, and this is definitely not the moment, the time. That has nothing to do with that, Shelton.
Yeah.
I am very sure if the opposition political leader had walked into the tarmac and say, I am here to welcome, I don't think any of the government ministers
would have tried to embarrass him because this is not a governmental or political thing. This is a national thing that exceeds everything else. But you know what I find with the United Workers' Party of now and its supporters? UWP used to be proud to be the party that was at the forefront of independence because we got independence under John Compton. They used to be the party that was proud to be spearheading National Day. Usually when National Day comes around and you see people have the flag on their vehicles, all times when I see them, I say, wow, that person must be a UWP because I know over the years, you associate the pride of National Day and all the events and all of that with John Compton. The image of Compton and the UWP making it something was in your mind. Today, I find the United Workers' Party is more interested in raining on the parade. Their concern is about the government might look good and Philip JPM might look good. So they're always trying to come up with something to bust the national bubble and the governmental bubble and to rain on the national parade because in their mind they are on the sidelines. They are in, and so they do not integrate themselves into things like they once did. Even in the parliament, all the boycotts and the staying away from parliament tells me of an Alan Chasney who does not want to be in the parliament that often because he feels sidelined. And Chasney can only appreciate his relevance to the national space and context if he's at the center of it all as Prime Minister.
Children, the thing, the problem is not they feel that they have been left out on the backseater, but they make the occasion, whatever it is, feel as if it's Alan Chasney. It's about Alan Chasney. Oh, he doesn't show up. We didn't invite him to the Independence Baton Rally. It's Alan Chasney. It's not even about, we in the sideline, probably they're not having us to be part of the national events. They're making it as if it's Alan Shasley. He's not there. He's not in the parliament. He's not, or they didn't invite him to the tarmac. They didn't. It's not about Alan Shasley Baudier. You know, the UWP makes itself hooked onto Alan Shasley. It is not him. This is just one man. I can never make the Labour Party hook onto Prime Minister Philippe Joseph Pierre. Like I tell people, Sunday coming, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia will be addressing St. Lucians. He's not addressing Labour. He's not addressing UWP. He is addressing St. Lucians at the St. Lucia House. So nobody is going to run after you when you come. You know, I will not go there in red. I will not, because that's not a Labour event. That is a St. Lucian thing. You know, I would more go there with my St. Lucian shirt rather than going. And this is why when Alan Shasley used to address St. Lucians in New York, I go there. People, one day I said I'm not going, and somebody tell me let's go because it's not a UW. Shelton, I go there as a St. Lucian. I don't care. People got that's on Kalila, as a Shasley. No, he was the St. Lucian Prime Minister, and this is why I go there. Why are we doing that to this young lady who have achieved so much, who in these races, and as somebody said in the 200 meters, this lady put us on her back. She carried us with a load, Shelton, to make sure she got part of that podium, and even if she got silver, and this is the medal I appreciated more. You could have seen the way she pushed, and she must be saying in her mind, my people, I have you, my people, you'll celebrate another medal after I have one goal. Look at madame là, nous avons croisé, qui a mis politics devant, qui a fait toute bêtise, qui a dit toute bêtise about lui. Shelton, I am a damn proud, a bloody damn proud St. Lucian today, you know, and I will forever lift up that trophy of Juju. I will forever lift her up. You know, I will pray God that it does not stop there. I pray God every day that this young lady does not get injured. I pray God every day that she will continue to lift us up as a people, as a nation, wherever she goes. Whether it is Labour, UWP, anybody that is in power, I don't care. I want to see this young lady go forward and continue to lift up the island nation of St. Lucia.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thanks a lot. All right, we do for a commercial break. If we have no one on the line, let's go for the break. When we come back, read a few more messages and take more calls.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The Ministry of Health has launched yet another service under universal health coverage. This new service includes conducting pap smears using liquid-based cytology, which will assist in eliminating cervical cancer.
This new method of conducting pap smears is more comfortable and more convenient. So ladies, contact your nearest wellness center to get to know about our pap smear clinics.
Turnaround time for HPV testing is 1 week. Any abnormal or positive test, There will be a following week for the cytology testing. We're also going to test for HPV strains 16 and 18, which are the most aggressive, which cause cervical cancer. We can also test for other STIs, such as herpes simplex type 1 and type 2, gonorrhea, chlamydia, and others.
Patients with an abnormal HPV and an abnormal cytology shall be referred to the colposcopy clinic. At that clinic, we shall assure that you get the proper treatment and guidance.
So come in and access this new service. Your health is our priority.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man
says, I've known Julian Alfred a long time ago when she started training after school in Marcia with my twins. I used to meet her and her mom, Joanna, at George Odlum Stadium for national meets. Thank you very much for sharing. We continue taking your calls on 487-9849. You can WhatsApp call us on this number, or you can call us on the landline, which is 4533911. Let me just see if I can just read a couple messages from the Real Issues WhatsApp group. It says, if the Flappers wish to turn Juju into a political football, well, they should be seriously injured and crying all now. After that unprecedented massive turnout for the record-busting March of Progress and the overwhelming outpouring of love for Juju, they should be burying their heads in the sand forever. David Mulvey says, Comrade Shelton, what the brother based in New York is saying is on the button. The UWP of yesterday accused and branded the Labour Party as Malleeway, commoners, Jean Laplace. Today what passes as UWP is shameful and low class. To hear a chairman shouting loudly the Bonda word, lesson learned, the stone that the builder rejected has become the head cornerstone. All right. Good afternoon, Shelton. Thanks for life. It was a great day of joy. I cried yesterday and also today. Juju has made us proud of being a St. Lucian always. God bless our people. Thank you very much also for that. Looking for other messages. Maybe I'll have to go to the Facebook Live. In fact, I was there a while ago. Where did I lose it? I had it up already. Oops. All right, I'll probably have to reopen the link that Jaquan sent me. Let's see if I got... okay, all right. I tend to trust Jaquan's links more than going on myself. All right, you got it there? Okay, that's me there in the red shirt. Woo, all those comments already. Didn't expect so many. All right, let's see if we get them. Good afternoon, Elizabeth Myrtle Charles and Jude Pokes Harlow. Elizabeth Charles says that I have a laughing. Wonder what was it that I said. She said, I hope you don't allow he or she to bring up your blood pressure. Blood pressure don't come up on laughing, does it? You saw me laughing or I have you laughing? Oh, no, it wasn't me laughing. It was you. Okay. No. I'm good. Egbert Andrew says, Shelton Daniel, the tempo in me has compelled me to big up the song by Sly Damn Proud Lucian. This song is so timely, he deserves an award. Would we be violating any copyright if we played it on the as we go out, at the end of the program? All right, if it is going to cause us to be flagged or anything like that, let's leave it alone. Nowadays, you ought to be so careful, Oliver Lawrence says that that's expected of Robert Lee, an ace former national broadcaster, and he notes that it was with RSL 97.3 FM. Joseph Bird H. Bailey remembers him as a St. Mary's College English literature master. And Deacon Al says, as always, blessings, John Robert Lee. Do we have another call on the line? Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues. Hi, good afternoon to you.
I don't have my 2 cents. Proud of Julian, set us, on the world stage with all the accolades and everything. Well deserved. No complaint. This transcends all boundaries. That's not label, that's not struggle. But now you see me, I like to call people out there because if I find myself in a...
Can you just hold on a second? I read from a flyer, and the way it was written gave me the impression that the morning rally was in Soufrière and the afternoon one in Dennery. But I'm getting 2 messages, Jaquan, that are saying that the morning rally was in Dennery and the Soufrière one is in the afternoon, then the flotilla to the north. Okay, so I don't know, because of the way it was composed, we don't want to mislead people. So, caller, I had to take the time while I remember to make sure I do that.
Understand.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, like I was saying, but I don't want to be too critical. I don't really. So, excuse me if I sound a bit critical, but I listened to another radio talk show this morning, and here comes E.T. He knows who's speaking. He knows me. I've spoken, and I've made my position abundantly clear as in regards the politics of this country. E.T., you must stop sounding like a house slave and trying to compare Juju with this political nonsense about a silent killer and the ex-prime minister's wife having tea parties to support our institutions. What nonsense is this? You can take your head out of the sun and wake up and smell the coffee, man. You don't see what's happening? Sheldon, excuse me, I had to use your show to rant like that here, but why these people insist on trying to poop on our parade?
Yeah, all the time.
You trying to twist the thing and make it look crappy. That's what our politics, you guys have because our politics to descend into this crappy kind of nonsense.
They have to be the center of attention. They have to be the ones under the spotlight and limelight, Yeah.
Shelton, that's how Eugene was done. E.T. was done this morning, like a typical house thing, trying to denigrate the accomplishments of others. Nonsense. Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let them do, and see where it's going to take them. Some of them think they're clever, but they're going to get much too clever for themselves. This is not just a matter of the medals. This is a matter of a young lady. Look at where she came from. People are even denigrating Monkey Town and Cicerone and all this kind of thing. I even saw somebody, denigrating or attempting to denigrate Mondi Lewis. Someone was risen to be press secretary and prime minister's attaché, and who was once working in communications, GIS, NT, and whatever, and putting something about her her Cicerone background on your Cicerone language and this as he trying to put down Mondi, and in 2 twos after that, a Monkey Town girl, Julian Alfred, humble, dark skin. We have to make the emphasis that she is black. She's not from Canada or anything, so can rise up like that and take the world by storm. Some time ago there was some little clip from some US sports event, and the broadcaster was saying, oh my goodness, he ran or she ran at Julian Alfred speed, actually categorizing speed as Julian Alfred speed. To take the world by storm like that, to watch that girl barreling down that track, Sha'Carri Richardson literally was put in reverse, came last or almost last and so on, to our Julian Alfred. Any Olympic medal has eluded us. It's not to say she came in, okay, she scraped by with a bronze, It's not to say, okay, she just managed a silver, a gold on the... That's Julian Alfred's first Olympics, She hasn't been to an Olympics before. First Olympics, and she coming out gold from St. Lucia, 238 square miles. From Cicero. Coached by another down-to-earth person, covered twatine, modest and so on. No airs and pretenses about them and so on. And that is not something for us all to hold on to and feel that sense of, oh my goodness, if Julian can do that, we can do something. The younger people, they need inspiration, they need role models. And not just because of the athletics and so on. I'm happy when I see people singing and making music. How many voices that are out there that are undiscovered, that are superb singers and musicians and players of instruments and so on. The feeling that, we can do it, that there is talent and ability and potential in us, waiting to be discovered and so on. This is the kind of thing we're talking about. But not to be concerned about, oh, Philip J. Pierre has a feather in his cap. He's being made to look too good. We have to tear him down. In the next elections, the way they're going, we will lose. And that's thing you think at other times. That's thing you think at other times. You had your meeting on the boulevard on Sunday. A lot of people say it was great. It exceeded their own expectations and the crowd you had and so on. Celebrate that. Feel good about something now. But feel good for about other people too. You hear me come and diss your meeting or anything like that? People trying to say, oh, it was 5 on. I don't want to go into that. They had a decent crowd. They had a good-looking, decent crowd for an opposition that has only 2 seats that was, absolutely decimated in the last elections and so on. They had a decent crowd. I'm going to criticize where it is, but I'm enjoying the national thing and stop trying to diss everything and rain on every parade, even something. Julian is not a politician. When she have to hear this kind of thing going on there, of people always seeming to bicker over her, it siphons away some of the joy that she should be feeling. But we have a caller on the line. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I just want to send out a message. I just got a single Toyota key, a Toyota vehicle, keys in Car Street, just up next to SNS. So if anybody wants that key or somebody lost that key, just give them my number, 717-7077.
Okay.
I want to turn that over onto the media.
May I ask why you don't just turn it over to the police? May I ask why you don't just turn it over to the police?
Or just send it over to the police station?
I don't know, because giving out your number...
It could be easier than on the media than...
Right. Because here's what I'm saying. Anybody can come and say that this is their key, and how do you prove it's them? And then there are mischievous people who will take it and maybe go around trying different vehicles, Toyotas and so on, to see if they can get it. Whereas if it's the police, they probably will hold them to a more strict standard of, proving that it's yours and that it's your car key, as opposed to something, because you don't have powers to arrest anybody. Some criminal might just come, dial your number and say, yeah, it's my key, and they come and they assure you it's thing there, maybe even drop a little change on you too. It means nothing to them. Yeah, So I would suggest you take it to the police station and tell them where you found it, what time, etc. Yeah?
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, Reds. Yeah, you always have to think, there are crooked people around the place and so on. And, things you ordinarily would not expect people to do. I mean, thieves and criminals generally, no level is too low for them to go, for them to, achieve their objectives, I've heard of people who find a vehicle key and they keep it and they go around trying it on every possible vehicle in the hope that at one time they'll hit the jackpot and so on, and they'll do all kinds of things. Determined people, They want to break into your house, they'll crouch into a bush somewhere watching your movements for how long? Which if you see they are taking the time to go and look for some work, whatever, they'll do it. You plant your garden, the times they could go and plant something that they're watching your garden from the time you plant it, macroing it to see when it's good, watching your movements so that they can come and dig up your dashing or whatever it is and so on, Honestly, these people, they don't sleep, they don't get tired, they don't whatever, and it's just the mischief. I suspect that's a big part of the thrill that they get. The rush of being able to take something from you and you don't know what hit you. Anyway. The opposition just had to show up in the celebration, says Cletus Peter. Good afternoon to you, Cletus. Jude says, exactly so. All St. Lucians who showed up, did they receive a private invitation? Shake my head at the opposition. Francis Philip, but if Flambeau was in office, they would never invite Labour. I tend to believe you, I tend to believe you, especially Alan Chasney's Flambeau. Divisive people. Disdainful people. Disrespectful people. What those guys did with that constituency development program, it was just too glaring. It was just too egregious. And the people who now have everything to say about this and that, you're not hearing one of them come up and say, well, what you say is true, we shouldn't have done that, or they shouldn't have. No. Everything they did was okay. At no time do you find these people admitting that they had fault, they did something that upon reflection we should not have done, or they just stay completely silent. This CDP not giving funds to 6 constituencies, this is not about Sean Edward. This is not about Moses Jabatis and Kenny Anthony and Alva Baptist and Ernest Lay and Philip J. Pierre. This is about the people of St. Lucia. You want to come and threaten that now the people of St. Lucia, you will fill their wrath? What about their wrath when you withhold money from 6 constituencies for no other reason but that the majority of voters, on that day? What about your own supporters in that constituency? You didn't care about them? To be doing this kind of thing like that, and there's never been any admission or whatever. What about all this money you spent on one trip to England? On accommodation alone, we're not talking about airfare, whatever. You must have drawn first class for all we know. We're not even checking the airline thing and so on. To go and spend almost $10,000 a night, on 1 week of hotel stay in England at the expense of the people of St. Lucia. You've never come back to say, okay, why did it? That was the only accommodation that was available, etc., etc. It's like, I did it, to hell with you. Let the dogs bark, let the jackasses bray. This is the kind of thing. You never come and explain why a state-funded, provided vehicle, you come to work with it in the morning at 7, you leave it on with the air condition at maximum for a whole day until you leave 12 hours later. What it is costing. You had absolutely playing fast and loose with the financial and other resources of the people of the country so that you can live high on the hog, go on expensive junkets at the expense of the people. You are crying, oh, how they're so broke, how they're so poor, how things stink, they poop in a nylon bag and you can't believe they're living in this condition, all that kind of thing. All the millions that you spent. Did you ever think of building a sewage treatment plant for people, in the Castries urban area, the Marshall people or anything like that? Nothing so. But you want to come and play games. This is the kind of things I tell you when you see me get passionate about it. I'm not putting on a show. And then on and on and on and on and on and on it goes. But you want to come and talk about this, that, and the justice. What sense of social justice do you have? When you can do that so nakedly, so openly, so blatantly, so egregiously to people. I'm not giving you all any money because you all voted for the Labour Party. What foolishness is that? The money is yours? Are your money? You want to come and squeeze? Can we believe that you will come back and you will be any different? That you'll be any better? That you'll be any more reasonable about this kind of thing? You're a vindictive person. Period. And people who are vindictive like that, they seldom reform. If ever, they do not reform themselves. The only time they reform is when they find they do not reform out of contrition. They only reform by force under the power of some attrition. They're in jail, they lose a leg, they're dying, they're on their deathbed and so on. So then they feel a forced penitence and so on. But there's never a general, contrition of feeling sorry for what they have done. Only if they find themselves, if they're back to the wall. Anyway. Anna Rose Andimoni says, Juju is motivating me because that body of hers well cut. I may not reach to that point of well cut, but I won't give up on the workout. All right, great stuff. Great stuff. Yeah, you're going to accept, that even if you can't reach the absolute pinnacle of perfection, that at least, like I used to hear a guy, was it American Top 40 a long ago saying, keep shooting for the moon because if you miss, you'll still be among the stars. So you keep aiming for a Julian Alfred, as we can say, standard or level or template of fitness and so on. And if you don't get there, you'll still be a lot better than where you started off. Renike Ariste, Cecilia Ale, Miguel Favre, thank you so very much. Magdalene Daniel, Candy Kane Joseph. And it's nice having you all on the chat. Let me see if there are any other comments. Jude says, Bernard Haynes, you need to teach Shas how to love St. Lucia like you do. Thea Joseph, ask a question which I won't answer. If you missed it, you missed it. Wilma Amidis says, staying out of trouble is so easy, Shelton. Wish St. Lucians would try staying out of trouble. Gaffer's Love says, Ma'am, not you alone was crying. Up to now, I'm crying. And I haven't seen, whenever I feel like crying, I go back to watch Juju's video. Who's that? Lucky Taremi? So says, well, Bernard, you should keep a Juju day in America. Vern Joseph says, who Sheldon talking about? and somebody mentions a name, no, you're wrong about that. It's not that person. I don't want to call names because sometimes when you call names, even if somebody can work out and figure, you're giving relevance and time of day importance to certain people. And it's amazing some people, what they will do for what we call notice. You may notice, you may munbayo gam, even if it is not very, it is not very palatable publicity, but any publicity is good that the name is being mentioned and they're being spoken about and so on. So sometimes you hear me say that person or somebody, not because I can't name them, I can. I have no fear for sue or anything, but you tell yourself, are you doing them a favor by giving them the direct exposure of mentioning their name? So, and maybe that burns them a lot, you know. So, yeah, we're going to leave this there. Tia Joseph, good afternoon to you. I think I mentioned Mr. Jeremy already, but if I didn't, Nigel or John Baptist, nice to have you with us. Maxine Isaac, Amy Shalry, Sabina Fontenelle. Jennifer Edwards said the police had to protect her that way. We must not forget that Julian is now on contract with Puma and every security had to be in place. She's a VIP too. She's a top level VIP now. We can't take away from that. Julian is a top level VIP, you know, so we have to have a cordon of protection and security and vigilance around her. We have a call on the line. Okay, it's 2 o'clock, folks. We got to roll. Sorry about that, Jaquan. Didn't realize the time had gone. Thanks so much, everyone.
24 were double daily grand 4, 5, 11, 16. Big 4, 7, 0, 4, 3. Big for multi-X 2X. Pick 2, 3, 8. Pick 2 multi-X 5X. 1 off 7, 0, 5. Lucky 3, 5, 9, 6. Lucky 3 multi-X 2X.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw